With friends like this, who needs enemies? Hey guys, it's Phoebe with Watch Mojo. Today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 friend versus friend battles in movies.
Instead of chasing girls and making friends, I've just sat around wasting all my time with you.
We're taking a look at those moments in film when friendships ended and fights ensued. These former friends do not make up in the end either, so consider this your spoiler alert. Let's get to it. If you like what you're hearing, be sure to check out the full song at the link below.
You'll win it all if you're not afraid to lose. There's beauty in that darkness. What will it take to soothe your heart?
Number 10. Okoye vs. W'Kabi, Black Panther. The scope of Black Panther was immense, but the story of these two lovers was left somewhat unexplored. In the battle for Wakanda, W'Kabi and Okoye were both passionate warriors. While W'Kabi's orders require his loyalty to Killmonger, Okoye is loyal to the true king of Wakanda, T'Challa. In their final confrontation, Okoye demands he lay down his weapon.
Would you kill me, my love?
For Wakanda?
Realizing not only the error of his ways, but also that Okoye will stop at nothing to do what's right for Wakanda, W'Kabi and his army surrenders. While their love is strong, Okoye would never put it above her beloved nation. Number 9. Caesar vs. Koba, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. In this modern reboot of a science fiction classic, two ideologies come to blow in the form of Caesar fighting Koba.
Caesar loved humans more than apes.
Both apes had a traumatizing life as captives and science experiments, but each of them took different lessons from their experiences.
Caesar, weak. Koba, weaker.
Caesar developed a purpose in his quest to save ape kind, while Koba took the path of vengeance and violence. These two conflicting perspectives couldn't coexist. In the end, maybe Koba's plan would have worked, but Caesar just wanted to see his people safe.
You are not ape.
Number 8. Charles Xavier, Professor X, versus Eric Lehnsherr, Magneto, X-Men First Class. Before they were enemies, they were friends and allies.
Mortivica? Mind if I do?
Charles Xavier and Eric Lehnsherr are both mutants who developed very different points of view on how to defend mutant kind.
There are thousands of men on those ships, good, honest, innocent men. They're just following orders.
Charles believed there must be peace between humans and mutants, while Eric believed they must survive by any means necessary, including violence. In the finale, Charles sees that Eric is taking a dark path and that there's no hope for the future of their friendship. The fight is exciting and sad at the same time, leaving Charles both physically and emotionally damaged.
We want the same thing.
My friend, I'm sorry, but we do not.
Number 7. Yu Shu-lien vs. Jen Yu, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Nothing motivates a good fight between friends like betrayal.
说放脸就放脸。
Yu Shu-lien had gone out of her way to protect Jen and her family's reputation, despite her reckless and juvenile behavior. But she had enough when Jen tries to steal the Green Destiny yet again. The intense drumbeat provides a great tone for this epic fight between friends. It's clear that Shu-lien is the better fighter, but she takes pity on the young girl. This was the second time they fought, and each time experience won out over youth.
本事就别用宝剑。哼，打平有管兵器不好。
Number 6. Beatrix Kiddo vs. the Deadly Viper Assassination Squad, the Kill Bill franchise. Nothing can stop this woman on her quest for revenge. After waking from a coma and believing her unborn daughter is dead, the bride goes on a legendary rampage. Her foes are none other than a team of the deadliest assassins on the planet, a team she was on. One by one, she brutally murders each of them. Well, almost.
She must suffer to her last breath.
And finally, when it comes to killing the man who betrayed her, her former lover, she almost can't do it.
You and I have unfinished business.
Baby, you ain't kidding.
But she knows she can never be safe with him alive. Number 5, Max Fisher versus Herman Bloom. Rushmore. There's no swords, superpowers, or kung fu in this fight, just some good old-fashioned pettiness.
I am his friend.
Oh, yeah, and with friends like you, who needs friends?
What do you do when your best friend is hooking up with the woman you love? You fill his hotel room up with bees, of course. And what do you do to the kid who fills your hotel room up with bees? You run over that snotty little punk's bike. This fight between friends may not have punches and kicks, but it does have some cool slow motion. Go figure.
You said you wanted to meet?
When?
Right now. You said you wanted to put an end to all this.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna try and have that tree over there fall on you.
Number 4, Gandalf versus Saruman. The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. Once allies in the fight to protect Middle-earth, these two found themselves facing off in an epic wizard duel. Gandalf, convinced that Sauron and the ring have returned, goes to his old friend for guidance.
When did Saruman the Wise abandon reason for madness?
Unfortunately, the White Wizard has been corrupted and turned to darkness.
I gave you the chance of aiding me willingly, but you have elected the way of pain.
The two geezers hit each other with some magic, but poor Gandalf can't compete. Gandalf manages to escape with some assistance from a trusty eagle, but Saruman is already well on his way to building his Uruk-hai army. Number 3, Black Widow versus Hawkeye, Avengers Endgame. Most of these battles have resulted in a clear winner and loser, but our next one is just a bit different. When Hawkeye and Black Widow arrive on Vormir, their plan to acquire the Soul Stone in an attempt to undo Thanos' actions becomes instantly more complicated.
An everlasting exchange. A soul for a soul.
Red Skull explains that the stone can only be acquired by sacrificing a loved one. Thus, a battle ensues between Black Widow and Hawkeye over who will make the ultimate sacrifice, both valiantly wanting to give themselves in the name of the Avengers.
Tell my family I love them.
You told me yourself.
While Hawkeye sees this as an opportunity to redeem himself for his past actions, Black Widow simply refuses to watch her friend die. Number 2, Team Iron Man versus Team Captain America. Captain America Civil War. When your villains are kind of boring, just make your heroes fight. That seems to be the strategy here.
I don't mean to make things difficult.
I know, because you're a very polite person.
Actually, Civil War is based on one of Marvel's most successful comic book runs, which features some pretty heavy stuff.
Captain? Big fan of Spider-Man?
Yeah, we'll talk about it later. Just...
Hey, everyone.
Good job.
Here, our heroes have come to a disagreement over something called the Sokovia Accord, a United Nations agreement on how to handle and oversee people with superpowers. One side thinks there should be government supervision, the other side thinks that's a bad idea. They settle the matter at an airport where heroes are forced to take sides, resulting in a visually stunning showdown that makes impeccable use of every character involved. Why can't we all just get along? Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions.
Put on the glasses.
I know we're friends. This is crazy. I don't want to hurt you.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Obi-Wan Kenobi vs. Anakin Skywalker. Star Wars Episode 3: Revenge of the Sith. This was a fight that had been in the making for nearly 30 years. When we first met these two characters, one was an old man and the other was the iconic villain in black, but we all knew the history between them must have been epic. Turns out it was. Even though Anakin's fall to the dark side was inevitable, it was still shocking to see him murder younglings and betray the Jedi Order. It was equally shocking for Obi-Wan, who had to go confront his best friend.
It's over, Anakin! I have the high ground!
Taking place on a river of lava, this expertly choreographed fight is one for the ages, with John Williams' musical score only adding to the tension.
You were my brother, Anakin! I loved you!
Do you agree with our picks? Let us know in the comments. And hey, if you're a fan of the song playing right now, be sure to check out the music video for it right here.
Dear mother, did you warn us this place would be great? That nothing was free and you've gotta pay to play.